I thought I was crazy, but no. When I wake up to a text from this girl and she says, "You're a fake, terrible friend," or something like this, and I just send her back a question mark, I found out what crazy is. And she's just sitting there in silence, like just attempting to keep ruining it over a man who like nobody likes. So this girl messages me and she's like, "You're talking to this guy that I was sleeping with." And I was like, "Okay, you're an escort, so please explain to me," because I bartend at the strip club, right? So I meet some very interesting women there. Anyways, so I'm like, "Please explain." And she's like, "Well, you want him." And I'm like, "Nobody wants him. He has to pay women to sleep with him." And she's like, "Actually, it's about that you invited him and not me." So I send her a screenshot of me inviting her to the trip 2 weeks ago. Just takes one scroll. And she's like, "Actually, it's not about that. It's about the fact that you're making him pay for everything." So I send her the receipts and I send her that it's on my credit card. Everything actually. I actually invited this guy because I met him at a club and I just actually liked him as a vibe, as a friend. You know, like, and then he was like, I had him on Instagram for a while, like, you know, he was not a trick to me. He was actually just a friend. Sorry about that for you. This girl shows up to the airport, tries to take one of my friend's tickets and is like, "Actually, I'm her." Like, if her name's Claire and my friend's name is like Stacy, she's like, "Actually, I'm Stacy." And they're like, "No, you don't have IDs." So she has to buy another ticket. Gets on the plane. First is whitewater rafting. She's like, "Actually, my name is," and then they don't take IDs. So she takes my friend's position, right? So then when I go up to check all of me and my friends in, they're like, "Oh, sorry, that spot is booked and we're full." So my friend starts crying because she's come all the way here and can't even do the activity, right? So I'm gonna like, you know what, whatever. So I started, the girl's crying and the lady who's working the desk is like, "I'm so sorry, here, let me give you 2 free tickets for ziplining." But there's 3 of me and my friends and there's 2 of her and the guy. Right? So I go up to her as a peace offering and I offer her 2 free ziplining tickets, right? And I'm like, "Hey, listen, they only have 3 spots on the boat and you took her spot, you know, let me give you 2 free ziplining and you and your man can go." And she turns to me and she goes, "I'm getting on that boat, bitch." And I'm like, "Well, you know, my friend is crying." She's like, "I don't give a So anyways, the girl sees this and lets us get a whole other whitewater rafting board. Like, she feels so bad because of how crazy that girl is acting, and like she realized that she screwed up by not taking the IDs. Get our whole other one. We're having like a great, wonderful time, and then it's time for the next activity. She also gets on the bus with us. Like, she's just like following us around, like, and like it's miserable. Like, she's just sitting there in silence at the back, like just staring at us, and like we're having a great time. I'm having the best time on vacation, like with my friends that are visiting, like, and she's just sitting there in silence, like just attempting to keep ruining it over a man who like nobody like. We go ATVing and we bring our other friend, and he ended up driving up on a motorcycle instead of taking like the private plane that I got for all of us, right? And he gets there and he tells us that the reason that she's acting like this is because that guy messaged him and was like, "Oh, like, save blank for me," like one of my other friends, right? So she got pick me about a trick. She's saying to this new guy that came, right? And she's like, "Well, the private plane was loud and the whitewater rafting is cold and like all the the activities were so bad. I don't know who planned this." Like, making sure I heard it, know that I planned it. Like, you would never go on anything like this. So I will never understand women.